Laura Hettiger joins us live from St. Louis Police Headquarters with the Bommarito Street Fleet and more details. Laura?
Emily, Police Chief Sam Dotson went on the record as recently as this very week to say the city of St. Louis cannot afford to equip every single officer with a body camera. However, this morning I can tell you it could be left up to you, the voter, to make that decision. At least that is what the Board of Aldermen president is telling News 4.
It was a very tense morning out here, Alyssa, but I can tell you now that it's noon, people are focused on lunch, and I mean that quite literally. In the last 5 or 10 minutes, about 10 pizzas were delivered right here to the Soldiers Memorial. In fact, if we can swing around, they're enjoying it right now because they were supposed to be celebrating the fact that new aldermen were sworn in today, but we did just see the pizza delivery man walk up with those pizzas. Things are calm here, thank goodness, after a very busy morning out here at the Soldiers Memorial just across from City Hall.
It's been a very different morning for us because the family of that victim came here to police headquarters in the last few hours. As you can imagine, they were very upset, having just learned that their family member had died.
A day of celebration for many people here. The election was 2 weeks ago. 2 new members were supposed to be getting sworn in as we speak upstairs on the 2nd floor. A lot of other aldermen were re-elected, but we did just get an update from President Lewis Reed, who is just behind me. He said, hey, everyone, let's come back about 10:30, 10:45. We'll do this swearing in. In the meantime, go get a cup of coffee. To be honest with you, I think they needed time to get the judges to come over here to the park.
Please tell me the suspect is the only person in custody, so it sounds like the person who shot him was in the right. Person who was in the wrong, definitely that suspect. We're talking about the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, so if you are anything like me, you probably want to know when a project is going to be done before it ever gets started. I asked MoDOT officials that. They tell me they will be done replacing the driving surface of the lane they're closing tonight in mid-May. Then during the early summer months, they will have to start working on the other westbound lanes. And then mark your calendars. I am told all the driving surface should be replaced in July. Now, I will have more information on this coming up in an hour, including I'm expecting a very nice sunrise happening just behind me, so look forward to that at 6:30. We'll send it back to you guys.
Had a lot of people today, talked to a lot of people. Here is President Lewis Reed just behind me. I talked to him in the last minute. He tells me things should get going here at Soldiers Memorial in the next 10 to 15 minutes. When I say things, I mean the official swearing in of the 2 new members of the Board of Aldermen. Now, you mentioned that we are close to City Hall. It is right in front of me. That is exactly what I am staring at, but since it had to be evacuated, check out this large group of people that is now gathered at the Soldiers Memorial. This is where the official swearing in will happen. Again, there are 2 new board members who were elected 2 weeks ago. There were several that won re-election 2 weeks ago. All of them must be sworn in.
I have the agenda for tonight's meeting. Starts at 7 o'clock. There will be some business that the old council must finish, and then those 3 new members will be sworn in. You might remember it was 2 weeks ago today that voters in this town made history. Andre, I have unfortunately covered a lot of homicides here in the city of St. Louis, and this one is very different for us because the family of the victim is out here this morning. They just found out that their loved one was murdered in his own dorm room yesterday. Let's go ahead and get you to some video from Sky Zoom 4 that was up over the scene. Keep in mind the situation started unfolding around 6:30 last night. It is in Midtown, very close to the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood, and you might remember we told you 2 weeks ago those are 2 areas in the city of St. Louis. The city police officers are focusing hotspot policing initiatives, so we would have to imagine on a Thursday night there would be police in the area. And the guy walks into a gas station, he tries robbing it and then gets shot. No, this isn't some type of bad joke. It actually happened in North St. Louis overnight. I'll break down the details coming up next. I've been checking my watch, and 12 hours from right now, those 3 new council members will be right here ready to face the media ahead of their first official city council meeting.
Laura, what are police telling you?
Andre, since the last time you and I talked about this, I've made several calls to police. Unfortunately, they just have no new information to release. So I can tell you that the victim was gunned down on a sidewalk. And according to our crews at the scene last night, the suspect unloaded more than a dozen bullets. Let's go ahead and get you out to what that scene looked like.
Got the announcement that they should evacuate around 7:45. So of course during the daylight you have to wonder how people put these things there, and moreover there are cameras all over this building, the inside and the outside. So hopefully they have a good look at whoever set those bags or the devices up over here. But it looks like President Lewis Reed just walked up, putting him on the spot here. President Reed, would you be interested in talking to us at all about what's going on?
Yes.
Great. President Reed, what do you know about the situation inside City Hall?
Just as you just stated, when we got here this morning.
Stick with us. You're watching News 4 this morning.